Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, welcome to a Gamer Encounters of Bannermen in the very early sort of alpha multiplayer build. But Bannermen is basically an RTS that's sort of like a combination of Starcraft, Warcraft, and Age of Empires. So we're gonna see if it can really hold its own against the competition. Alright, so for today we are going to be jumping into just a little bit of single player gameplay here, and just a heads up, the single player gameplay does not have an AI. I'm just going to show off some basics of what this game could be. There is currently a functional multiplayer lobby, but you know, balance issues, optimization, stability, all of that doesn't really matter right now. Bannermen right now is in sort of very early development. And I'm just going to jump into Skirmish, and you can see there's a few maps to choose from, and I'm just going to pick the first one here, Krulfeld Heights, and show off some of the gameplay. So we can, of course, add a bot. The bots do not work, they just stand still, they don't do anything. We can pick a nice, lovely color here, you know, I guess red is fine. And yeah, let's ready up. And we're going to show off some of the gameplay in this game. Now, as you can see, from the get-go, this map is it's a very esports map, isn't it? Look, we've got our main, we've got our natural, we go down these ramps and it slowly opens up to more resources. Now, resource collection sort of works like, Warcraft gold mines, basically, Warcraft 3 gold mines. And, I mean, this sort of map and the way buildings work and all of that, it really does feel like a medieval Starcraft, Warcraft thing, right? Warcraft is fantasy, Starcraft is sci-fi, Bannermen is medieval. And we're gonna have a look at how some of this works. So we can, of course, train workers. They cost 90 wood. 2 resources in this game, wood and gold, but there's a few interesting things. And look at this, Hero's Throne. This is so Warcraft, isn't it? We do have a scouting hound, which we can send around. Now, waypoints work and all of that. We're gonna tell new workers to go collect wood there. And let's have a look at what we can build. Perhaps we should get a house while we're at it. Yep. And just keep training workers until we fill this out. 10, 5. Yeah, we might want to expand for an early natural. All of that. Look, it is very esports RTS, right? And that's sort of what's the interesting thing about the direction Bannermen is going right now. We'll get to this in a little bit. The Bannermen is sort of shaping up to be a potential esport sort of, at least esport design, right? 140 wood, yeah. And look at this. Whether it can compete or find a place in its market is an interesting question, because on the one hand, people want more of this kind of game. But if it's too similar to the competition, there's no point to expand to a new game. You might as well play Warcraft 3 or Starcraft, right? But with the current environment of Age of Empires trying to come back into the game with Age of Empires Definitive Edition and all of that, well, maybe there is a spot for a medieval RTS designed for modern esports. But it is very important that Bannermen has to not be pretty much like a medieval mod for Starcraft or Warcraft. And it does some things that sets us apart. And there's a few things, obviously, here as well, which you'll see soon, are Age of Empires inspired. So it really does feel an amalgamation. It's as if, I think I would put it, if Blizzard made Age of Empires. I mean, look at this. We just built a training camp. We can, let's see. Look, I'm gonna do a very Starcraft wall off. Look at this. Leave one tile gap right there. Put a military unit right there. Let's put a footman. Look at it. Look, it's a Protoss defense, right? So it does feel very esports. But is this too similar to Starcraft? Is this too similar to Warcraft 3? You know, can it find its own place? You know? And I did mention in my recent Age of Empires videos that that Age of Empires might end up having a sort of city skylines effect. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically SimCity 5 was released in 2013 and no one really liked it, right? No one liked City Skyline. No one liked SimCity, right? Not that one anyway, because of all sorts of reasons. And what happened a couple years later? Well, someone just made SimCity and they called it City Skylines, and all the fans went ahead and can I do this? No, you can't waypoint that too much. And basically SimCity died and all the fans went over to City Skylines. And right now there's a lot of competition out there of people trying to basically replace Age of Empires, right? There's Empires Apart, which apparently didn't turn out too well, but there's Empires Apart, there's Bannermen, there's Zero AD, you know, Project Celeste has revived Age of Empires Online, there's UPatch HD for Age of Empires 1, you know, there's a lot of competition out there for people trying to make the next Age of Empires. And if Microsoft allows it to happen, well, someone else might just go ahead and make a new Age of Empires. It won't be called Age of Empires, but they'll make a new Age of Empires, and well, Age of Empires will be dead, much like how SimCity, it would be tough for SimCity to bring itself back to life now, you know?
Yes, my lord.
Anyway, let's keep building up our base here. So you can see we've got a guard tower, which can be garrisoned with archers. How do I do this? So I just, yeah, you can garrison archers in there. You can eject them. Very familiar mechanics here. I'm going to send one worker out here to one of these things. Now this I find sort of a unique point of Bannermen, which might be able to set up apart, and it's sort of inspired by Age of Mythology as well, from what I can tell. You can build a temple on these sorts of tiles, right? And also, I don't think it's shown off on this particular map, but a lot of Bannerman's selling point is modifiable terrain. So sort of like in Starcraft 2, where there's like a big boulder there, you can destroy it and then it like collapses and blocks off an area and opens up a new area. You know, that sort of thing happens a lot in Bannerman as well. It was in the demo, you know, bridges that could be destroyed, cliffs that could be collapsed, all sorts of things like that. Let's get a hero unit. Let's get Barian down here. And train up a few more military units, I think. There's this Jester unit. So there are spellcasters, and I'm just very unfamiliar with the spellcasters in this game, so... Excuse me. I'm just unfamiliar with the spellcasters in this game, so do forgive my lack of knowledge or understanding of this. But here we go. We're building a temple on this, and this is going to give us god powers. Look at that. We have Bolt Lightning right there, which is charging down. And there is another one of these points. So you could build another temple. If you control both points, you not only... I think it speeds this up, but you also unlock a more powerful god power. So there's all of that.
My lord.
There we go. We've got Lord Barian, who does have a level.
Yes.
And we can send this guy out. These guys are control group 1. And here's a very Warcraft thing. There are neutral creep camps, which we can send out. And I think we could level this guy up, right? It says 1 right there above his health bar, so I think we can level him up. Let's send him in. Yeah, let's kill these hostile deer. He's leveling up. Look, he's level 2 now. So you want to start farming these creeps, which I think they do respawn. And we're gonna level up our hero unit. We've now got more aggressive deer here. Yep. Let's wipe them out. There we go. Are you halfway to level 3? Fantastic.
That's right.
Alright, now, didn't we get one of those Jester? Oh, I supply blocked myself. Let's build... What's the hotkey for house? W? Okay.
On my way.
Let's queue up some houses, shall we? There we go. There we go. You can see I'm completely supply blocked. I've got tons of resources sitting in the bank. But you know what? Let's expand. And we've now got this. And look, oh, it doesn't speed it up. It just charges both at the same time. So we now control both of the god power points on this map. And we probably should go ahead and... Gathering base? Expand to our natural, because obviously we don't have enough resources right now. Oh, we need to expand, of course. So, as you can see, gameplay is very sort of familiar and yet different at the same time. And it's going to be a real balancing act of how similar and how different it needs to be. Let's throw down a blacksmith. We are training more villagers here. We're expanding to our natural. Looking at this map, there are plenty of resource points. But map design, you know, in strategy games, it is very important that it opens up, and control points are sort of very, very important. Having these temples or god power points as control points is sort of a nice addition, because it encourages, like, you want to keep military units here to maintain your god powers, but then you might just end up using your god powers to maintain your god powers. All right, here's our first spellcaster. You can do a teleportation dagger, which how does this work? Throws one of his daggers against an enemy during a short period of time. Activated spell. Right. One of my favorite things is the Jester Mask. You place a point, and it's a recall point. So you can send him out for scouting or harassing, and then when they're about to die or need to just retreat, poof, they just teleport back. Now, I don't know whether this is balanced or whether it's good, but these are things that can be done. There's also Smoke Cloud. There's that, which is Perfume Cloud. Creates a dozy cloud that befuddles units in the area, resulting in decreased movement speed. So that's a slow spell there. Meanwhile, we can just start gathering more wood from our new base. We can grab some upgrades. Melee attack 1, range attack 1, or armor. We'll get melee attack. We could go ahead and build the rest of the buildings we don't have. For example, the King's Court. And is there anything else we don't have? Hero's Throne, Blacksmith, Training Camp, Archer Tower, Temple. This academy requires the King's Court, I think. But let's grab some fire arrows while we're at it. Just gather gold, I guess. You can build more houses. Okay. And it seems like we can only have one hero at a time. And I think at this point, you're kind of getting the gist of Bannermen, right? Oh, by the way, I might as well show off these spells. They do friendly fire. That is very Age of Mythology, isn't it? Let's try this other spell. It does destroy. It does affect buildings as well, I think. So let's try this. Oh, this is a big one. Let's see what this does. Oh, geez, it's a little bigger than the radius it showed. It's a pretty devastating nuke, isn't it?
Prepared.
Our hero Barian survived, but might have to pull back after that onslaught. Let's train up more units here. It's odd that the queue of, unit queue is only 3 spots. I'm not sure why it would be limited, but it's okay. Let's grab some spearmen, and we need an academy to get higher level units. Let's build an academy so we can get knights. This is a nice little touch. It shows almost finishing upgrades on the screen to just sort of show you that, oh yeah, this thing's happening. You've got this now. Flaming arrows coming in 5 seconds. Very nice. We don't have any archers left, but okay. Alright, so let me just show you a few more of these units. We've got these spearmen. Of course, they have stats and everything, but we're not going to look at that too much because balance obviously is going to be changing and all of that. I just want to show you the extent of gameplay at its current state. Let's go melee attack 2. And, build orders, all of that, I don't know. I'm just not going to know about those things. But that's not why we're looking at this. Let's get a cleric. What is this? Upgrade, increased start and max mana. It's okay, we'll just get 2 clerics. Probably need to heal people up. Grab a couple knights. The nice thing about knights is they're not on horses and they don't use swords. I actually like how the knights do not use swords. You'll see what they use soon. They take a while to train. But let's see. Oh, so am I missing anything? House, training camp, blacksmith, workshop, King's Court, academy. I think I've got all the buildings now, right? Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's everything, right? Yes. I'm pretty sure I built a catapult earlier when I was testing, but I can't remember where the catapult is. I'm sure there was a catapult. I don't know where it is. Maybe they took it out right now. Maybe the game was patched and they took it out because it was overpowered in multiplayer or something like that. But it's fine. But there will be siege units, I'm sure of it, because I was using one earlier. Anyway, we do have a cleric here. Can you heal? Yeah, the clerics are actually kind of like dark mages. They have like Raven Eye spell to scout with like an evil bird, and corruption temporarily decreases attack damage, does not affect heroes. Can this apply on friendlies? It's nice that you can cast all spells on friendlies. That's kind of interesting.
No surrender.
All right, here are the knights. Look at them. They have this just massive hammer. Which is a nice touch. It is a nice touch. Anyway, I'm gonna grab all of these guys. And as I said, the AI is not functioning. So they just sat there. Let's just go kill them. Let's just go kill them. Might as well. You can see they will actually at least fight back with their starting villagers. Let's grab Blood Rush. Let's queue up range attack. Oh, we can go up to level 3 there. Let's upgrade knights. Increased armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And look at this. Oh, this map design is so Starcraft 2, isn't it? I mean, it just feels very esportsy.
Yeah.
You know, working your way up the main here. So of course we can do like scout with the birds.
It's written.
See what they're doing. You can see.
Yes.
Let's bring everyone with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, we could actually just start fighting. We got our fire arrows, all of this. Use our lightning bolt. It should affect buildings, yeah? Use our lightning storm. Hold back before we wipe them out. Maybe the lightning storm could do it, and there we go. Victory. Alright, but that is basically a nice little quick look at Bannermen in its current state. In single player anyway. Obviously, you know, multiplayer is currently ongoing in testing for stability and all of that, and I'm not too interested in checking that out right now because obviously balance and all of that, it will change and all of that. What's important is core gameplay, and you can see what the core gameplay is right here. Now the big question is it too similar? Or is it too different? Or is it just right? That's the big question with Bannermen. Because it's obviously like, I'm feeling Starcraft, Warcraft vibes with Age of Empires influences. That's basically what it is. So is it actually captivating a new market? Or is there no market for it? What do you think? Because I'm interested to see where this goes. And I know, as a rule, too much innovation kills a product. But not enough kills it just as much. And the challenge ahead for Bannermen is that balance. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this relatively short Gamer Encounters for Bannermen in a very early build. Again, we're not worried about bugs, we're not worried about missing content or not enough units or any of that. Just what do you think of the core gameplay and where it's headed at this moment? Because this game, you know, give it another year of development and it could be a lot of things. So if you'd like to check it out, they of course have a Discord, a website, and all of that stuff you can have a look at. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And if you'd like to check out more Gamer Encounters, click the buttons on the screen, like this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!